What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast about nothing, brought to you by Best. We're your hosts. I'm the plus size assassin.
I'm Pingo.
All right, so
Football.
Mac
Jones season. Let's do it.
Yo, okay. I know. Well, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but
If we're talking about the same thing, I saw it.
Cam,
Yeah, I saw it.
the interview thing that he
Saw it.
did, Funky Friday.
Funky Friday.
Yeah.
It's not something he's new. He always
No, I
does
know.
it.
He's been
Okay.
doing it, but still, like Funky Friday. Get the fuck out of here. You saw it?
Yeah, saw it.
That's crazy.
Not what I expected, and I totally respect him for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I tell you my view on it? He lost a few jobs with that interview thing. He lost a few jobs.
Really?
Yeah. There's going to be teams out there that see this shit and like, all right.
Well, maybe different perspective seeing it.
Mhm.
I don't want to say a fan of him, but a fan of the Patriots, obviously, like
Yeah.
cheering for him. So why do you say that? I'm curious because I want to like.
Yeah. So from me putting on like a GM hat, and obviously I am nowhere near a fucking GM to be saying I'm going to hire anybody, but to call yourself a distraction to the team, red flag. Don't do that shit. Like, don't speak on another player. Because he said, so for those that haven't watched it or didn't watch it, he said he knew that he would be a distraction to Mac Jones, not because for non-football reasons or whatever, like a outside issues or anything like that, but because of his aura, quote unquote. Because of his aura. That because he was going to be behind Mac Jones, he was going to be a distraction to him, knowing that he's breathing down his neck. Right? Red flag. Don't speak on another player's ability to do their job. 1. 2, if you think that you're a distraction, you're a distraction. Don't put anything on your name as a player. And he did come out and say, like, yeah, I could do the job. I would have been a backup for him.
Yeah.
I love that. But then you ruin it by saying, like, I'd be a red flag. I'd be a distraction to him. Right?
Okay.
So that was one view that I saw that I was just like, bro, don't do that. The second one was when it was his dad doing the interview with him, and I don't want to say interview because this is like a conversation, but basically he was saying like, please dispel the rumors that Mac Jones was teaching you the playbook, right? If I'm watching that and I see somebody say, Cam Newton said, what can Mac teach me?
Yeah.
You're saying you know everything? And I know this guy's a rookie. I know Mac Jones is a rookie, whatever. Obviously, they come in, try to learn from the veterans, right? But if you're telling me that you can't learn anything from somebody that has a different perspective on football, you're telling me you can't learn anything? There's nothing that he can teach you? Red flag. You better be able to learn something because the game of football is changing all the time. He just came from a different system, and we've always seen it. College systems get implemented into the NFL all the fucking time. If there's one way that Mac Jones can help you, I'm sure you should be able to find it. So for Cam Newton to come out and say, there's nothing that... what can Mac Jones teach me? I'm pretty sure there's a couple things. Again, red flag. Those are the two that I have like right off the top of my head.
Okay. So I didn't think of it like that. And yeah, it makes sense now.
Mhm.
Like calling yourself a distraction. And I saw it more in the perspective of...
Pause, hold on. I also want to say I don't disagree because I think he's right.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a distraction to Mac Jones because he's right there. Like if I fuck up, he's coming in. I know it.
And I don't think it's a distraction of that nature where it's like if I fuck up, he's coming in. I see it more as a distraction as Cam Newton carries himself as a star.
Yeah.
In a way. So people are going to look at like he said, what I wear, me dancing on the field, like, and it's true. People are going to focus on Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they would still focus on him, But people are gonna watch Cam Newton, and I think that's what he meant by a distraction to Mac Jones. So instead of Mac Jones worrying about football, he was gonna worry like, why is everybody still paying attention to Cam Newton, or why is like the news outlet still
why is everybody focusing on him?
Yeah. So I think, and in a way, it was like, it was dope to see him admit that. Like,
yeah, because you don't see that from people and shit.
Yeah, I guess other teams looking at that, like, but I also feel like the role he played on the Patriots. And I had told you earlier, I saw Mike Lombardi had said, like, you can't make a 4-star general become a 3-star captain or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it would be a distraction.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would affect him on other teams, because going in, he would be knowing his role.
Yeah, but like I said, I think he lost himself some jobs because, in a sense, you made yourself not be able to be a backup. You get me? Like, because of those reasons you just said, everybody's going to be looking at Cam, everybody's going to do this, that, whatever, right? And even though he doesn't try to, like he said, this is who I am, and I believe him. That's who he is. He's always been that way, whatever. But certain teams I know will see this shit and be like, well, we can't have that as a backup because for the same reasons, the reasons that he was saying that he would be a distraction.
True, but I think, and this is obviously just like you said, we're not fucking general managers, so we don't know. But I feel like, for example, let's say like the Cowboys, right? If he were to walk in there, everybody knows his job is the backup. So I think even if he's dancing and wearing these crazy hats, he's just pushed off to the side because everybody knows he's just a backup. Yeah. To whereas with the Patriots, he was a starter that lost a job, who's still trying to get the starting job. Yeah. You get me? So I think it'll be like different situations. I said
some teams.
Yeah, like different situations and like.
Yeah, obviously, if you go to a team that's established, you know you're going into the backup QB role. Like, all right, cool. But if you're going to a place like New Orleans, where they had Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill fighting out for a spot, and then you bring in a guy like Cam Newton, it's like, well, there was question marks on these two anyways. We named him the starter, but now there's this guy, another potential starter. I feel like those are the teams that might be like, let's just not go there.
Okay.
You feel me? Like that's what I meant by like some teams. I feel like those are the teams that will be like, nah.
I can agree on that now. Like bring him in this season. I think if you bring him in like training camp next season,
it's a completely different story. Yeah, no,
I
for
get
sure.
what you're saying. Yeah. What was your second part? The second flag? Because I knew I wanted to say something on that too.
Where you said like, what can Mac teach me?
Oh yeah. So he did say something. It was very like small, but he was like, oh yeah, me and Mac would like feed each other stuff and like talk it out and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think when he said that, it was more of like, not what can he teach me, but like, how the fuck was he gonna be teaching me like
the playbook?
Like, come on, y'all think I'm that dumb kind of thing? Like, it wasn't like how you said it.
I know. Like, but remember, these same GMs will see that shit and be like, I'm not even gonna call him.
Yeah, I get you.
You get me? So like, it sucks because when you're in that world, you have to be very careful, not just of what you say, but how you say it and what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So, my take on the whole thing was, I was watching it. What I expected was Patriots fucked me over. Like, Mac Jones he wasn't even that good.
Well, he said Mac Jones didn't beat me out.
Yeah. Which
I wouldn't know.
I don't think he did. I can agree with him.
Okay.
I think it was so close to call. It's just, and Cam Newton said it too. The round you picked him in, the place you picked him in.
Yeah.
And he exceeded expectations. Like Cam Newton said, Mac Jones is a bad motherfucker. His dad said it. Like, he's exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
So who are you going to go with? You get me?
Yeah.
It's like, so yeah, I don't think you could clearly say Mac Jones beat him out. So
isn't that technically what happened though? Technically, he beat him out, right?
Technically, yeah, he beat him out, but it wasn't like
I know.
yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. And so I just respected what he came out and what he said and like how he said it, and it wasn't like
it wasn't bashing the Patriots and shit like that. Yeah.
And there was a little thing that it's the Patriots, so it's gonna happen, but it bugged me a little bit on like how they released him and like how they told him. He was like, it was just kind of like
we're giving the team to Mac.
Awkward in the room and like nobody really. It's like should have at least been like, nah, like go find somewhere to play, like like a good fucking send off, not just like we're going with Mac.
We're going
like,
to Mac.
That's
Peace.
it. Yeah.
I mean, he said it like he was still kind of confused, like everybody was just kind of not knowing what's up, and that's fucking terrible way to do it, but
can't really. But I had a lot of respect. His dad was a little bit like,
I don't know about his dad, like, bro. I feel like he wanted to say some shit.
It sucks because I know he said this, but he was like, "Oh, I'm not the typical angry like black man."
Yeah,
but I'm like, that's vibe
what you're coming
off
as. Yeah.
Like that's what you're getting. Like, sounds like you were like, and I understand it. He's pissed his son got cut.
Well, I think Cam told him like, you sound like any father whose kids playing sports.
Yeah, and like that's why I'm like not criticizing because.
Yeah, because I mean it's understandable, bro. Your kid got cut in kind of a shitty way.
You'd be pissed too. Yeah.
I do want to say that I love his nickname for Bill Belichick, Dollar Bill.
Dollar Bill.
That shit was hard as fuck. I was like, that's my new name for him too, Dollar Bill.
Yeah, like I liked Cam. I wish it would have gone better for him. And something that just didn't click till he said it was 5 weeks to 5 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
was like, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
You're fucking right. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he would have done a lot better. Also, the weapons last year was...
Well, I mean, his dad also made a point that said they watered down his offense. So they catered to Mac's strengths, whereas they didn't do it to Cam's strengths. And I think that also has a big thing to do with how you play. I mean...
And also something he did say that did make a lot of sense, and I didn't know this, was, Cam was taking first team reps, but it was only like 5-6 reps, second team, and then first team, and Mac Jones stayed on.
Yeah.
So that, and I was like, damn, you're right. And like, Mac Jones would play from the second to the third, Cam Newton would play the first 2 series, and it's like, like, damn. Another thing that why he might have lost some jobs, and I think Cam fucked up by, I mean, it's cool that he was being genuine and honest, but reading the mics, knowing, like, making those calls on the line.
And he called out the fucking team saying this is like 30 of 32 teams don't run this system.
And I'm like, dog, like what? I'm not like the coach, but like, dog, what quarterback doesn't know that? Like, just
I mean,
because
you see it all the time. 42 is Mike.
Yeah, like just because your center calls it out, you as the quarterback, I feel like still have to know that and recognize that, even though he's the one that's calling it out.
I feel like that's basic quarterback play.
Yeah, and it just seemed a little like,
huh?
Yeah, like, really, dog? Like,
you're right.
So how'd you do it? Like, I saw it as like, how did you go to the Super Bowl, won an MVP without knowing how to read a mic? Like you get me? Like, how did you have so much? I don't want to say so much, but how'd you have like a good amount of success, not being able to do that shit?
Being something that the NFL hadn't seen before, a fucking giant running back playing quarterback. I mean, like I mentioned before, I don't think Cam's a good quarterback. I don't think he can throw the ball.
Yeah. Hey, his throwing motion is just
ugly as shit.
Yeah. It's not. I just try to support the guy.
I mean, I have nothing against Cam. I don't know him as a person, but quarterback play, he said, I don't think there's 32 other... something like that. I don't think there's 32 quarterbacks better than me. I don't know, bro. I haven't counted them, but I can probably find like 20.
This is what I was like. The way when I said that, I was like, no, I think there is.
I mean, I don't know about 32 because I'm gonna argue Andy Dalton like right off the bat. I'm gonna argue you and Andy Dalton could probably shoot it out for one. Clearly, you and Mac Jones can shoot it out for one.
Okay,
that's 30.
I guess you can.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe this is giving too much credit to where, like, they haven't earned it yet. But
yeah,
like for example, Andy Dalton. Yeah, but I think Justin Fields will probably be a better quarterback than Cam Newton.
Maybe.
So, like, I see it as 32 as in 32 starting quarterbacks, like 32 team.
Well, yeah, that's what he meant.
So I
but
say
Andy
like,
Dalton's the starter.
Yeah. But I'm saying like, I would put
the backup over him. So you're saying there's 34 better?
Maybe, dog. But that's what I saw. Like I tried to find a team like Fitzpatrick, like maybe, but Fitzpatrick's low key nice with it. Like, yeah, he's not always on the best teams and he fucks up a lot, but like my boy's nice. Like, I think Fitzpatrick on the Dolphins last year was better than Cam was on the Patriots.
I'd have to go back. I didn't watch too many of those games, but
like I saw it that way. Like I tried to find a quarterback that was like
that you would start Cam over.
Like they're like Jameis Winston, but no, Jameis Winston, despite the interceptions, pretty decent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so I just kept going through like
running through teams.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah, like I said, I have to fucking sit down and go through them. But I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure I can count like 20.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. Yeah.
I don't see him starting
in the NFL again.
Not unless it's due to injury and like he shows out and balls out, then but I don't see him starting.
I don't know. Like I said, I think there are some places where he can go and compete. Like New Orleans is the first one that comes to mind. But I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, good for Cam. Go find a place to play.
Yeah. Mac Jones season.
I'm excited, season,
bro.
I honestly haven't seen anything on Mac Jones. I honestly don't care. My prediction is he's not going to be a good NFL quarterback. Or he's not going to be like the way people make him out to be, the fucking next coming and a great quarterback. Like,
see, that's the one thing I don't like. And it's inevitable, but it's just, the next quarterback after Brady.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to live up to Brady's?
No. You can't live up to Brady's expectations.
Exactly. So that's why I'm excited.
It's an unfair fucking comparison. Like, you can't do that to this kid.
And see, I think, and the way I see it is, if he doesn't, which he 99% of probably won't, is he's going to be a failure. You get me? Like, if he doesn't live up to Brady, he's going to be a failure.
But and see, that's why I don't like that comparison, because you're set up for failure. Bro, I dislike Brady because he's so good, but he's the GOAT. Yeah. You feel me? Like, I dislike Brady in a respectful manner. Yeah. Like you know this. I can't stand him because he's so fucking good.
Most people are with him.
Yeah, and you're setting him up for failure. Like, you can't make that the expectation. Like, Brady can't be the standard.
Yeah.
It's no. Right? Like, no.
Yeah. Which is why I am excited to watch him, because they're making this kid out to be like really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, this kid is smart. This kid already fucking got the playbook down. Like, he knows what the fuck he's doing, and it's like, damn, this kid's gonna be good. People are like, but he's not Brady. But I'm not expecting him to come out and look like Brady, but I'm expecting him to come out and play well and ball out. So I'm like, I'm excited to fucking see what we can do with this new offense.
Yeah.
With this, I mean, everything else is the same. Like, defense should be strong. It's like, I'm excited to see what kind of team. I know it's coming. Rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
Rookie error. Yeah. Like, it's gonna happen. But I'm excited.
I mean, I would be too. You got a new quarterback. I guess I'm kind of in the same boat. We got a taste of Jalen Hurts, so we're gonna finally see a full season of him as a starter.
I think you got a taste, but you're gonna get his team now.
Well, yeah, obviously you had a taste last year of what they had built for Carson, and now we got the team for him. And plus, we're having like a whole new coaching staff, and like everything's pretty fresh. So it'll be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So what do you wait before we go to the Eagles? Like, what are your now that training camp's over and you had the practice games and like week 1 is coming up? What's the outlook on the Patriots? Like, what do you now see? Like, because now you have a realistic taste of what the team might look like. What are your thoughts of like how the season's gonna go?
I think we will finish second in division behind the Bills. I think we're gonna be competing for a wild card playoff spot. I don't know if we'll get it or not. Like, I don't want to say,
but you'll be in the mix.
But we'll be in the mix. We're gonna be, I want to say, a lot better than what people expect us to be, but better than what we're expected to be. I feel there's, like I said, it's a rookie quarterback. There's gonna be games that we should have won,
frustrating,
that we lose, which is why we'll be in the mix, but I don't want to say we'll make playoffs.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be a successful season.
Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Do you have any sort of like record prediction?
I would have to go back through it.
That's not to do all that.
But it was, I think last time I did it, it was, what is it, 17 games? So 16. I think it was like 9-7. Is my math right?
Something like that.
9 or 7 or 10-7.
8-8, 9-7.
Yeah, it was like in that
9-7, 9 to 10 wins.
9 to 10 wins range.
Okay, it's not bad.
We have a decently difficult schedule.
Yeah,
play some pretty good teams.
Not bad.
I still
don't like Mac, but
like there's games where, like the Saints.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Could be a toss up.
We can either smash or we can close game. Like, we don't know what we're getting from the Saints. Kind of.
Yeah.
The Bills,
you're gonna get fucking destroyed.
But we didn't last year. We had that game in the bag if Cam doesn't fumble.
But he did.
So
because he's Cam.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that we have them.
Yeah.
So, and it's what gives me so much confidence is we still have the GOAT of coaches. Like Bill Belichick. Dollar Bill still gonna stop motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah.
So it's that's why I have some more hope than maybe I should have. But
I mean, I'm not mad at you. If you got fucking the GOAT coach, then
even our season last year, I think we finished 8-8 or a game under 500.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. We didn't do as terrible as we
thought you would.
Yeah, and we had a
horrible
what I call a rebuilding year. Rebuild.
Yeah.
So it's I think we'll be better than
expected.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel about the fucking Eagles. We were fucking terrible last year, and we got rid of our coach, which I was preaching for all fucking season. Surprisingly, still have Zach Ertz on the team, who has been balling out in fucking preseason and training camp. And our O-line is healthy. Our defense, we got another corner, so we're kind of set on that corner. I think we're gonna surprise some people. I wasn't a huge advocate for Jalen Hurts just because from what I saw, it wasn't looking too great, especially early on in training camp and shit. And I told you this, they're saying, he's not progressing. And that was kind of worrisome. I was like, fucking shit, here we go. But as training camp went on, he was solid. He was making some throws. He was moving with his legs. And I was like, oh shit, okay, here we go. Preseason didn't play. A lot of our starters didn't play at all, which was kind of a theme in the NFL this year. So whatever. We didn't really get to see them, but we got to see the live practice, the joint practice coverage and shit. And we played against you guys actually, and they said, I think we both saw reporters on both our sides saying, the Eagles completely won that shit. So I think that's very exciting and kind of giving us hope as far as like Eagles fans thinking we're not gonna go fucking 4-12 again.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, dude. I actually think that we can compete. The NFC East is fucking trash. We've seen the fucking shit show that is the Giants. We've seen.
See, this is so crazy to me. Sorry to interrupt you, but like, I see the Cowboys play yesterday, and I'm like, fuck, they're gonna be like, I don't want to say hard to beat, but like, they can play, like they can ball out, and then it's just, I don't know what the fuck happens to the Cowboys.
That's
and
what I'm
just
saying.
Like,
that's why I think that we can compete, because the Cowboys always tease everybody.
They find a way.
Yeah, they find a way to fucking lose
Yeah.
because they tease everybody like, "Hey, we're good." No, you're not.
Yeah.
Washington, who's their quarterback?
Fitzpatrick, and Heineke is the backup. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's opportunity there for mistakes. Obviously, Fitzpatrick is
Hey, bro,
a journeyman and all this shit. Hey, man, he has those games where you don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's true.
And he's older and, whatever. They do have a solid defense, though, but I think the Eagles can compete. I think the NFC is too strong for us to try to get a wild card spot, just because I don't know that we'll be like up there record wise, but I think if we can compete against the teams in our division, we can win the division.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard because it's a new coach, a new system. You don't really know what to expect, but all the reports are good. Everybody's really impressed with the progression that Jalen Hurts made, and Devontae Smith. They're saying he's just a fucking monster.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Man.
You know what's crazy to me? And it's like, once again, it's just coming into my head now. Like, where would the Eagles be if, what's your GM?
Howie Roseman?
Howie fucking Roseman didn't do some stupid ass shit and draft Jalen Hurts. Like,
did you? I don't know if you saw it because obviously it was Eagles Report. Did you see his comments on Carson Wentz?
No.
I don't know if it was a radio station or something. They asked him something along the lines of drafting Jalen Hurts, and he said, "We've been to the playoffs I don't know how many times, and Carson had only played 4 games. Why would I not have drafted a backup?" No,
Shit.
or it was something along the lines, but he's like, we've been in the playoffs and we've always had to play our backup. Something along those lines. But basically taking a shot at Carson Wentz, saying, "Motherfucker, you never stayed healthy, so we needed a backup. I don't know why you're being a bitch out here." So that was fucking crazy.
That is crazy. First of all, I didn't know that. And like, damn, that's crazy.
Which is true, it's fucking
true.
Nick Foles actually won the Super Bowl game, played that entire, playoffs, and even after that, So,
but still, okay, back to my point. Like,
yeah.
I mean, now that makes sense on why you drafted him.
Yeah.
But like, where would you be if you like?
Where would we be?
Like,
we'd probably still be playing Carson Wentz.
You don't think you would have moved on from it if you knew you? Well, probably not, because you wouldn't have anybody.
We wouldn't have had a backup.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Although, see, this is where all the ifs and maybes come into play, because we trade Wentz. We have 3 first round. Sorry, we trade Wentz. We have 2. We traded Wentz before the draft. We had a potential first round pick. So we had our first round and a potential first round. We could have moved 2 to get a quarterback, or in the draft,
you would have drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, and we probably don't make that trade with Miami, which gave us that potential 3 first round picks.
Yeah.
So like a lot of things could have changed, but fuck, man, you look back at it and Jalen Hurts pickup was actually pretty fucking good.
Pretty smart Howie Roseman move, huh?
I mean, if Jalen Hurts shows enough during the season, you're going into the next draft with 3 first-round picks.
Well,
two for sure, and potentially a third. I mean, you have...
well, wouldn't the third be for the following year, though?
No. It's this year. This next draft.
Oh, you have 2 this year.
We have 2 this
Okay,
year.
okay.
Because we have our pick and Miami's pick. And then the third pick is a conditional from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So if Carson Wentz meets the playing requirements, it's a first. If not, it's a second.
So, what do you think about Carson Wentz this season? Because I can't make up my mind on it. Like, obviously, nobody knows, but like, I can't decide on whether I think he's gonna be good or whether he's just not gonna be like.
He was hurt again already.
Like, I know I hate on Carson Wentz a lot, like, but like in all seriousness, like,
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck to expect. And obviously, I feel
Yeah.
like that's how everybody be like. I kind of have this little bit of feeling where he's gonna do just like Indianapolis is good already, like just enough to make them a really good team, which is gonna make him look like an
A
MVP
star,
and shit. Yeah. But then it's like, does he have that in him? Like,
I think he does.
yeah,
I think he does.
like
I know he was an Eagle, so obviously you support the guy, but I've always thought that he was a pretty solid fucking quarterback.
yeah,
And we've mentioned it before. I put him in sort of the same class as like Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan, probably Tannehill, in that realm where like you're not the top of the class, but you're probably like tier 2, somewhere in there, right? So I think if he stays healthy, he can be a solid quarterback for Indianapolis. They have a good running back. They have some young receivers. I think he can be pretty good. Obviously, I don't know shit about how the season is going for them. Like, I don't know how he's doing. I know he was injured, but I know he's back in practice. He should be ready to go week 1. I think he's gonna be pretty good. For the Eagles' sake, I hope he is.
yeah.
But no, I was a Carson Wentz fan. I think he's gonna be pretty good, and I want him to be just to shut all the haters down, like you. I want him to just be good. Like, even if he's not fucking amazing, just be solid. Be like, yeah, see, I told you he can fucking play. You get me? Like, I see the team, the Colts last year with Phillip Rivers, and I think Carson has like a step above Rivers just because Rivers was old already. You know, I think Carson has a step above him. So like, essentially, the Colts would be a playoff team.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, see, I fucking told you.
See, like that's where I'm at. Like, all hating aside, like,
yeah,
I can say hating that was like, nah, it was trash compared to Phillip Rivers. But I'm curious to see if he really has that, like, that step over Rivers. Like, is he able to make them better than what they were last year, or was it just the same, or is it just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm very curious. Like, he's one of the players that I'm not looking forward to watching him play, but I'm looking forward
intrigued by it,
to how his season goes.
Yeah.
Like, that's like he's one of them, and then Sam Darnold's another. Where
I'm completely forgotten that Sam Darnold was on Carolina.
Yeah. And I was watching the Pat McAfee show this week.
Yeah.
He made a really good comparison. Like, is he gonna be a Ryan Tannehill, or is he gonna be I can't remember who he said, but a bust basically.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, that's a good comparison. Like, is he gonna be able to, like, I don't want to say ball out on a new team, but
or is he gonna be another USC quarterback going to the NFL?
Exactly. Like, so it's like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
I
don't know, man.
Like a storyline
like
you don't keep up with, but
it's
cool to see.
A solid storyline. I don't know, dude. I liked Darnold, and I thought he looked good and shit, like coming out of college. And then you just keep in the back of your mind, like, he's a USC quarterback. Don't forget that. But obviously on the Jets, he was on bad teams.
Bad coaches.
Bad coach. Oh, my God.
Defensive coaches as well.
Yeah, also defensive-minded coaches. So it was hard to really see what Sam Darnold could be. But, I mean, I guess we'll see in Carolina, see how that goes. Who was your pick for the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl?
I remember.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Has that changed at all?
I haven't given it too much thought on picking a team,
Yeah.
but Buffalo seems just a little bit more beatable than
Than they did last year.
yeah. I don't know what it is about them. Like last year, they didn't come in with that much hype. I feel like this year they come in with a little bit more hype, but it's just not. And I mean, obviously it's preseason. I saw him play a couple, and like Josh Allen's just unstoppable and shit. But it's like, feel like maybe they don't have it yet to win.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they can. And then, I mean, seeing Tampa Bay play is just fucking like, fuck. Damn, these fools are good. Like, they can legit ball, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't think I have a... I mean, I'll stick with the Bills for now. But, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know shit. What do you know?
The Patriots are making the playoffs.
I don't know about all that.
What about you? You got a team?
I don't remember who I picked. And I still don't... I don't know, bro.
Like, what the fuck?
It's hard for me to pick against Kansas City because I still feel like they're in a mode that if we want to win, we're going to win. And if we're fucking around, then we might still just win. So it's hard to pick against them. But Buffalo's growing on me.
Yeah.
Like I see Buffalo and I'm just like, fuck, they're going to be some trouble right there.
What's crazy to me, or now that you brought up Kansas City, is not like putting aside that I don't like them. I don't know if it's because they're so good that I forget that they're so good, or I'm just like, Kansas City. I'm like, I don't see it. Like, I don't think they'll win it. But then it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're stupid. You get me? But it's like, I don't know why I have that. Like, I think it's because I just don't like them and don't want them to win that I just like, Kansas City,
write them
like,
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, something like, Kansas City, and I'm like, nah.
I don't know. I still kind of like Kansas City. I still put money on Kansas City.
I just want them to fall off already.
It's not going to happen, bro. It's Patty Mahomes.
I just don't want them to be
that good. You don't want them to. I was about to say, you don't want them to challenge the Patriot dynasty. That's what you don't want. The fuck out of here, dog.
It's like, I know it's completely different, but I see it like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Gronk, fucking Kelsey, like Wes Welker, Edelman, Tyreek Hill, like
I think Tyreek Hill's way more. No, I get you.
Player, but like that's their receiver. You get me? Like fucking Tyrann Mathieu. We had fucking the McCourty, Devin McCourty, like their linebacker. Can't remember his fucking name, or maybe a D liner. Can't remember. Like we had, not Hightower. Fuck. Whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just like. And I'm like, fuck, like, nah. It's too comparable.
Yeah.
Like, nah, don't do it. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick. Like,
dollar bill, bro. dollar bill. All right. You got anything else? I'll wrap it up.
Maybe we'll wrap it up.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I ain't got nothing. We'll just see you next time. Follow us at best_LA. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at +size_assassin, 1S and +size.
I'm at Garcia74 __.
There's two.
One more thing. Hit me up with some fantasy football questions.
For what? You suck. You suck at fantasy football. Get the fuck out of here.